So, if you guys have seen the shorter video, of course, this is the long version of the #1 AI agency offer in the space right now. If you start with this, you will guaranteed have some clients coming in the door if you do it the right way, alright? This is the #1 agency offer, and this is what's working out for a lot of people in the space right now. I've seen it happen, I've done it myself. Time to get it going, alright? Let's get started. So, here we are. I'm going to go through the entire kind of mind map that I made and walk through this real fast, and then we'll go over the entire specific kind of system that you want to use to run this. Okay, so the core offer starts with, we are going to be running ads, and we are going to be setting up a voice agent to qualify the leads that come in from that ad instantly and book them instantly. Okay, so when you think about this, a business is used to running ads and then having a form set up, and when that form's filled out, they'll have to go to where this information is collected, filter through the leads, try to qualify on them themselves, and then end up reaching out, trying to book them. Instead of that, we have this agent call this lead instantly and book them instantly. All right, so you can imagine how much work you're saving them and how much money you're generating them if you're running the ads at the same time, or if you outsource. We'll go over that right now. So there is going to be basically a voice agent set up, and we're going to be running ads. Simple as that. This is a two-part offer. Okay, so it's huge. We're generating leads and we are qualifying plus booking onto the calendar. Outsource the work and have other people do stuff that you're not the best at. You can't do everything yourself. You can't expect to do everything yourself. So this is going to be the way to do it. You can use Stealth, right? And they're about $500 a month. I know they might be raising their prices a bit, but if you're going to charge $1,000 a month for ads, you'll profit $500 on just that alone, or you can charge a percentage. But you better make sure that this business has the capacity to take in enough revenue to where you're getting enough revenue from the percentage you're taking home, so you're making money in the end too. You're not losing money to ads. That can't happen. I have a daily outreach system that we'll go over here. There's a ton that goes into it, right? You want to hit these numbers minimum. These are the minimum numbers I put on here because it's ground floor. You should be doing this anyway, every single day. Okay, so that's just kind of how I think about it. Cold email templates, sales call frameworks, and then the weekly execution. We'll go over that right now too. Somewhere in San Diego, man, I got flies all over my room right now, and it's driving me crazy. All right. We'll go over scaling operations. Okay, so how you're going to scale this offer in the long run and a little bit down the road. And then the success formula, which is basically just what you need to think about along the way, right? And the next steps. We'll go over all this right now. So let's get into it. All right, let's break everything down now, okay? So the Voice Agent Startup Game Plan 2025 edition. This is the most accurate and up-to-date offer that you can run for your agency to actually get clients, probably the fastest way possible, okay? So this is just a playbook for selling your outbound voice agents. We're going to be running ads, and we're going to be setting up this voice agent to automatically qualify the leads like we just talked about and book onto the calendar. Provides a ton of value for any single service business out there, okay? So the offer is going to be an outbound voice agent that instantly calls when they fill out a form from an ad. So if somebody's running ads, they can already be running ads too. You don't have to run ads, but you can kind of put this into play and combine both services to just create a badass offer in the end, right? So it'll qualify, book them onto the calendar. A lot of this is pretty simple and pretty straightforward, but nobody knows how to do it. So we're the guys who know how to do it, right? Ads, you have three options here. You can, like I said, clients might be running ads already. So you just plug in your voice agent and you explain the benefit this will give them. They don't have to qualify. They don't have to go through the list and see who they want to work with or don't want to work with. You're doing all that for them. You can run ads yourself, all right? And a way to do this is using ARC ads, right? So you don't have to get ad copy. You don't have to create visuals, none of that, right? You can use ARC ads to set up a basically clone of a human, or it's just kind of an AI person talking on the screen. I don't know how else I would say that, but you put a prompt into this website and it actually generates the ad for you, and it's just a random guy in a chair. It has a bunch of different sceneries you can choose from, and they'll just go through the ad and you can change how it sounds, the tone, all that type of thing. So you can create the ads pretty simply too on this app right here. You're going to outsource your ads to a white label agency. Here's another option, okay? So this is what I recommend if you guys are just kind of getting into this. You don't want to have to learn how to run ads yourself while you're, trying to build your agency. So you can outsource to a agency like Stealth. What they do is they run your ads for you, they manage everything, and they give you results of what's happening. So you can outsource and white label, meaning you are running the ads in the eyes of the business owner that you're running the ads from, but behind the scenes, it's actually this agency, but it's also under your name at the same time. So you don't have to claim that, yeah, I have another agency running ads for me. You can just say, we are running ads for you, but you're not running ads, right? The big picture of things, you have them running the ads for you. That's how you're going to do that. Okay, so if you're going to do white label, Stealth runs their ads for $500 a month, right? So you want to charge at least 1,000 a month if you're going to be running ads as a retainer. Or you can go with the rev share, but like I said, you have to make sure this business is actually making money because you don't want to be losing money on running ads for them. You package the ads and voice agent and follow up as your own system. So even if you're white labeling, it is your system. It's not their system. It's not two systems coming together. This is your offer and your system. So make sure you portray it in that way. Okay. Say you charge a client $1,500 to $3K a month retainer. And if they're bringing in revenue, this is reasonable. You're keeping, $2K on top of running ads every single month. Okay. Outreach priorities, right? So when you're doing outreach for this offer, these are the minimum numbers you should hit. So 150 cold emails a day is nothing, honestly. Once you warm up your inboxes and once you get going with your sequences and with your outreach, at least your cold email system, you want to get this to 500 a day, okay? And 500 a day times, say you're running them 5 days a week, it's going to be 2,500 emails sent out a week. And with the reply rate of, let's say, 10%, you get 25 people. And with a decent reply rate, if your email is locked in and you have a few templates that you use that are working, this will work real well. 50 cold DMs a day, all right? 50 is reasonable because you're going to have to do this manually for the most part. Cold DMs don't push the needle that much, but it does help. Say you sent out your emails for the day, you cold called for the day, then late at night, send out your 50 cold DMs, okay? It's going to help no matter what. Any single form of outreach is going to help you push the needle. And then automated follow-ups and email opens for no replies. And then this is all something you can set up and instantly. It's automated follow-ups when they don't reply, when they don't open, stuff like that. So automating email outreach, okay? You're going to scrape leads with Apollo. That's what I recommend. I'm also going to drop a video showing you guys how to take the leads you get from Apollo, put them into an Apollo scraper, and then you'll be able to be sure that these numbers are connected to personal phone numbers, not landlines, because I know that does happen a lot, but there's ways around that too. You're going to upload all these leads into instantly. This is what I recommend. That's how you're going to set up your email sequences and actually get these cold emails sent out. You need to warm up your domains. You need to get all that figured out first. Making another video I'm going to post in here within the next few days. This weekend we'll get it in here. But this is what you want to do, okay? You're going to use instantly. There's a few other options. I think instantly is the best one. You're going to build 3 to 5 email sequence automations. So you're going to build 3 to 5 sequences to test. Okay, you're going to test these 3 to 5, and then whatever performs the best, you're going to double down on that. And then obviously you want to personalize these emails, right? So name, niche, company, things like that. The perfect cold email pitch. Okay, so this is a simple email you can send out, and this is just one idea. You change it up a bunch, right? You want it to look human, like you want it to be psychologically captivating in a way, right? To where they see it, they don't think you're selling something, they think you're trying to help them. There's a lot of ways that you can improve your email copy, but this will work right here. So to start, use the templates I have in the community and they'll get you results. All right. But you can play around with it depending on the niche, depending on how much money they're pulling in, or just in general, this business, how much money do you think they're making, right? Because some businesses obviously make a ton more than others just by being that business alone. So this is the email pitch right here. Okay. Quick idea to double your book calls, right? That's just the subject. So when they see that quick idea to double your book calls, it's not too pushy. It's not, it doesn't sound like you're just coming for them, right? Like you just want their money. Hey, Jack, most window cleaning businesses lose 30 to 40% of leads because no one calls them back fast enough. We fixed that with an AI voice agent that instantly calls new leads within seconds, qualifies them like a trained rep, and books right into your calendar. Here's the kicker. We also run or manage your ads plus follow-up systems. So you're not only getting more leads, but every single one is being converted into appointments. We just set this up for another window cleaning business, and they started closing 2 to 3 extra jobs per week off the same ad spend. Would it make sense to walk you through how this works? Boom, cold email template. Okay, try that one out. You can change it up, try a bunch of them. When it comes to emails, you just have to really test the copy. Yeah, it has to be good, but test it, see what works, and whatever works, double down on that. For closing calls, when you actually get somebody to book a call, this is kind of the flow you want to walk through, okay? It's going to be identifying the pain first. So right when you hop on the call, right, you're going to introduce yourself. You're going to go through, glad you found us. This is something that a lot of people are doing right now. Obviously, AI is huge. You know that, blah, 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 blah. And then you want to get to the point of how many leads, are you guys missing out on because you maybe don't call this lead back fast enough, or you guys are trying to qualify and see who you want to work with before you actually make the call. How many do you think slip through the cracks because of that? And then you want to actually understand too, kind of what they are doing and how the process they're running through, right? So how much revenue you guys actually generating, how much you're spending on ads right now, and how many leads are converting into paying customers, because that's the biggest part, right? If we can increase that percentage, we can generate them more revenue and they'll pay us to do it. you want to show the solution, right? So our AI instantly calls every lead and books them. So you'll create a little demo. This can literally just be you submitting a form from a website and then showing a demo of this voice agent calling, qualifying, booking on the calendar. Boom. It's a simple demo. You just have to walk through exactly how it works. With the ads angle, on top of that, we handle all the ads, so you don't even need a marketing team. It's fully done for you. If you guys are running ads yourself already, we can just plug in this voice agent to qualify all your leads. It'll book them for you. If you are having troubles, with the guy running your ads, we hear that a lot. We can take over for you and really generate some revenue for you. So simple as that. This is a logical sale. It's not too psychological. Okay, so you want to show them what we're doing, show them the results we can provide, and show them exactly how we're going to do it, and then get around their objections of, this might be too pricey. It might not be the right time, right? It's never a fucking legit reason, right? It's never a legit reason. It is always just, I don't know right now because it's a lot of money. But if you can get around that, if you wait longer, your leads are going to keep slipping through the cracks. And that could be an extra 50K you're missing out on in the next month alone. So you want to get on this now. This is what we're doing. This is the price we're charging. And this is what everybody's doing. This is not just me coming to you. People are asking all over for this, and we provide the best solution that you can get. We can go over closing deals and actually signing clients more. I'll make some more videos on that. I'm going live next week, so you guys can hop on. We'll talk about everything you guys have. But this is kind of just a closed call format, right? You're not going to get all the juice right here. I can't go over that right now. I'm going to have to do a whole video for that. But this one right here is just kind of something to look at to get the idea in your mind of how to actually get these deals closed. Your weekly schedule to optimize this, right, is going to be throughout the week. You need a schedule. So you need a plan. You need to know what you're doing before you do it. You can't just wake up every morning and have a list of things to do and then just tackle that list, right? You need a plan of how you're going to do it, when you're going to do it, and then you need to do it. All right, this is the weekly schedule of exactly what you should do to stay organized and stay on track. The biggest thing for me was creating a schedule and actually sticking to it. I'm good with discipline, but discipline only goes so far when you don't have a schedule to follow and you don't have a process to follow to actually get the work done you need to do, right? So you can't just wake up with a list of tasks and tackle those tasks. You have to plan your day out, plan how you're going to do it, what you're going to do, and then tackle your day as a whole. This helped me so much. Create a schedule, all right, and stay on that schedule because you can't just do a bunch of shit at once. It's going to fill your head up with craziness and it's hard to get through it. I was like that when I first started this, and creating a schedule probably saved my life. So I would suggest to do it. I'm not going to go through this because this is minimum of what you should do. It's going to be a lot of grinders out there scraping 1,000 leads a day, and some of you guys scraping 50, right? There's going to be a lot of people sending 1,000 cold emails a day and some sending 150. So this is bottom line of what you need to do, all right? If you want to take it above and beyond and really make this shit work, then do more. That's how this goes. So go through this yourself. I'm not going to go through all of it with you right now, but this is important right here, right? So scaling with outsourced ads. So when you close a client at $1,500 or $3K a month, you hire Stealth. You want to already have them in your pocket. You want to already know that this is going to work for you. And then they're going to charge you $500 a month, right? That's the deal I got with them. I know it actually went up to $600, but if you book a call with them and you say, I run an AI agency and I'm going to be using your service a lot, I'm going to be using you guys as my white label agency, they'll work a deal out with you because they know you're going to bring them a lot of clients, and that's what they want. That's what they need. So they'll help you out a bit with that. You need to get a white label agency set up for you, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to bundle their results, your voice agent, and then deliver it as a seamless system, right? So you can also deliver this in your demo. So you can show the results that they have provided people. Pull it as your own results because this is your agency. You're white labeling them. So they are your results, okay? And then you bring your voice agent in, you show them how it works. Boom. Perfect demo created with that alone. Keep the profit margin. You want to at least be getting, I would say, $500 a month. I say 1,000 here, but you want at least $500 a month if it's only from running ads, okay? You need to stay profitable with ads. That's the bottom line. Is the voice agent, you're going to stay profitable because you are controlling it and you're maintaining it. With the retainer model, you will definitely be able to profit with the agent side of the offer, right? But with running ads, I've seen people set this up and lose money. So be sure that you're not doing that. If you're taking a percentage from the revenue generated from the ads, you need to make sure, like I've said multiple times, that this business is pulling in revenue. Because if they're not, you're going to be paying Stealth $500 a month. And say the revenue generated, you only get $300 that month from these ads, which is a long shot, right? But you're losing $200. You can't lose any money with this. This is not an offer that you're setting up to lose money, okay? But the formula is simple, right? You want to automate cold emails, you want to do DMs, and then you want to cold call at the same time. I didn't really include that in here because you guys should be doing that anyway. And then you want to get on these sales calls with the white label ads in your demo, right? So you want to bring it all together. This is your system, and then you want to offer this as your entire business scaling system, okay? Because it is scaling, and you're doing it for them on the back end without them doing much, right? I would say, lastly, before we end this one and kind of see what you guys have to say, hit me with the questions you have, and we'll get to it. We'll go over those. But last thing I'll say is, for this offer, it all comes down to how much revenue this company is generating, right? So you have to kind of do some math. I'm going to build an ROI calculator for you guys too, and sales calculator, right? As just an agent calculator to show you guys how much you should be charging depending on how much revenue, depending on the profit they're pulling into. It kind of all depends, but I would say minimum for this full offer, you should get 3K up front, minimum, because you're going to be running ads for them. And this is part of the setup, is the ad setup, all of that, right? You're going to charge them for that, even though you're going to be paying Stealth to do that for you, right? So I think 3K is the minimum that you should be charging for this full package. And then when it comes to a retainer, at least $1,000 a month, because you're going to be paying Stealth $500 a month. So if you make $500 a month, boom, that's good enough for the start. That's good enough, right? But it really depends on if this company's pulling in $100,000 a month and you're charging them 3K a month, you're profiting 2.5K a month on one client, right? And that's huge. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. That's how you get that recurring revenue generated and get that started. But I think don't undercharge with this, because we provide so much value that a lot of people want their first client. They just want their first client. So they want to go, okay, I'll give you this for, $1,000 and we'll charge you $500 a month. But you got to be careful that you're not going to lose money, because that does nothing for you. Even getting a client and losing money doesn't do much, because you're pulling yourself farther back. And breaking even, if it's your first few clients, it's reasonable, but don't do it too long. Don't do it for too long. I see a lot of people offer free trials for a month, and I'm like, dude, that's a month worth of revenue that could be in your pocket too. So don't be too nice to these people, right? We have the sauce. We have the gold. No matter what, they're coming to us for these solutions. If we know how to do this, we learn how to do this. It's the biggest industry, the fastest growing industry in the world right now. They're coming to us, all right? So be patient. This is literally only the very beginning of this entire wave. It's hard to emphasize this to people that are just getting into this, because they've seen it all over and they think it's huge now. It's not. All right, look how long drop shipping lasted, and that's just one business model that started. This is an entire new world that is starting right here. Okay, so we're also in like year 2. Meaning, think about when the smartphone came out, year 2. What was that like? iPhone 2, iPhone 3? I don't even know, but we are not even close to our full potential right now. And if you stay in this industry, you keep learning, you're going to see great success. That's all I have to say. You're going to see great success, because within the years to come, man, we are the most valuable people with the most valuable skill probably in the world at this point. All right. So master this. Let me know if you guys have questions on this, but this is the offer you guys want to run. I mean, I think for most service businesses, yeah, there's a ton of different things we can do right now, right? This is not the only thing you have to do, but this is an offer that is just kicking ass right now. All right. So go over it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. That's all for right now, though.